Hey everybody, welcome back to another week and another episode on Banter plus Boon. What is up? How is everyone doing? Today I had the awesome opportunity to chat to someone that I've looked up to for a very long time, someone whose work and the way they interact with people, it's just incredibly inspiring for me. I got to chat to the amazing nail artiste, Emilie Leopard. She's a nail tech based in South Carolina, doing really incredible nail art. I mean, link in bio to check out her stuff because she is so dope. So today in the episode, we kind of delved into where she started, how she got into the world of nails, her experience thus far. We chatted a little bit about our industry specifics and how it varies with her being in the US and me being in South Africa. And it was just so amazing to get to chat to someone who is quite like an icon for me, and someone who actually was just so humble and so kind and so giving with her time. So if you're into the world of nails or nail art, or you want to just learn a little bit more about it, then I'd really recommend you giving this a watch. And if you're already a fan of Emilie, then you're probably just going to fall more in love with her than you already are. Enjoy the show. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm super good. It's so nice to, that's okay. It's so nice to meet you officially.
You too.
Chat to you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. It's like nighttime here and had like a nice full day. So yeah, how about you?
I'm good. Is it 8:30 there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go put her up. Hold on, so she'll stop doing that. Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, don't even worry at all. I love that. I wish we could have like our dogs as part of it. Just let them bark.
I know, it'd be cool, right?
It would. It'd be so cool.
Where you want to start?
Yeah, anyway, I actually wanted to find out, how are you doing with all the lockdown stuff your side? Are you in lockdown?
We're not in lockdown. Actually, today I think they're announcing that all salons have to close starting Thursday. So I don't know how long we'll be out of work, but this is my second week out of work right now. So I have a feeling we'll be out of work probably till at least the end of April.
Oh, it's so scary.
Yeah. How long have you been out?
So my partner and him and I tried to go into self-isolation as much as possible. So that was about a week and a half ago. But like our country officially did a lockdown last week, this Friday. So it's been like 5 days.
So you can't like leave your house at all, can you?
We can go to the shops, but yeah, that's about it.
That's so scary.
Yeah, you can't walk around, you can't go. Like, I feel really, I mean, we're lucky. I'm living with his parents now, so we have a bit of a garden. But like, there's people that my sister, like, she lives in an apartment, and there's like no greenery. I think she's feeling a little bit like, a little bit crazy.
Yeah, luckily we have like a big yard and stuff, so that helps to be able to go outside.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine. I have a feeling it's coming for us, though. It's terrifying.
It is. It's really terrifying.
We'll come out stronger, so just gotta look at the positive.
And I guess it's just like finding smart ways to keep like people supporting your business, even though they can't actually physically be there. Like, I saw you were doing the gift vouchers, and that's super cool.
That's helped a lot for sure, offering that. So people have been real supportive of that.
Yeah.
So that's a good option to do when you're in a situation like this. For sure.
True. There's I think Violetta from Yes What Nails. She's doing like a private Instagram live nail art class that people like.
See, I kind of been thinking about doing that.
I think you should.
But I've never done it before, so it makes me a little nervous. But I'm thinking about doing it. I mean, it's the perfect time to do it. I have nothing else.
Exactly, and if you can get a little bit of money for
all the time I have.
Exactly. Yeah, you get a little bit of money for it, and you can like literally just do it as an Instagram live on a private account that only the people who've paid for your class can access.
Charge like $15-20.
Yeah, and that's not a lot of money to like have you know, an hour's worth of education or whatever. So that's cool.
Actually really good. I did one with, you follow Hillary Herrera from Utah? Yeah, I did one with her last week. It was an ombre class, so that was really cool and informational, so that helped a lot. There's also nail techs too that are like selling little press-on nails. They're like doing custom sets. I think that's really cool.
That's super cool. I didn't even know
Yeah.
where they get like press on nails from.
Yeah, me neither. And the sizing for that is really weird too. So I feel like that takes a lot of time to do, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty cool that they're doing that.
It is. It's really, really cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, tell me a bit about yourself. How old are you? You're like 27, 26?
26. I turned
Okay.
26 Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'm 26. I've been married. It'll be 3 years in August. We've been together for 7. I'm the oldest of 7 kids. The youngest is 3.
Oh my gosh. 7?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it like girls
7
and boys,
siblings.
like a mix?
There's 4 girls, including me, and then 3 boys.
Oh
My
my
parents
God.
divorced when I was 9, so we're a split family, but
Yeah.
I still consider them my brothers.
Yeah, of course.
Been doing nails for 5 years professionally, but I've had my nail license for how long have I been out of school? I've had my nail license for 7 years. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
How do you like when you say your nail license, what is that?
Yeah. So it's our certificate, I guess you could say. We call it a nail license. I got certified my senior year in high school, actually, at our career center. So when I graduated high school, I was able to work doing nails if I wanted. But I nannied for a little while because I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to do. But when I met my husband, he encouraged me. So now I'm here.
That's so
Yep.
cool. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
I was
it's
wondering
crazy.
like how it works in different countries, because even here, I mean, I've like done a whole lot of courses, so I have certificates, but it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like a college degree or like a
Right.
I
It's
don't know
not,
how
I guess it's
strong
not
that
like that
paper
here
is.
either. Each state you have to have a different amount of hours in order to be certified. So it just depends on where you're at on the rules and everything like that. But I don't know that I'd say it's like a college degree here either.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Do y'all have to do continuing ed? I know in Utah you don't have to.
I think most
But
people here, like, I think most people want to, like, you know,
yeah.
the industry is changing so much. Every year there's something new, there's a new technique, there's a new product. So the people that I trained with, you know, they're really sort of on top of modernizing their stuff. So yeah, I think it's more like people encouraging themselves, but I don't really know if there's
Yeah.
any regulation on that, you know, for people to,
Well, that's good.
have to educate further.
See, here we have to have 12 hours every 2 years, and the continuing ed here, it's not fun at all. It's honestly kind of boring. It's 6 hours of just sitting there listening to people talk about sanitation that you know what to do. So you don't really learn anything new, but the state requires it, so you have to do
so
it.
like, so they know that you know about like
Yeah.
cleaning and washing, and which is like
Right.
the first thing that you get taught pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all the fun classes that we can take, they don't count towards your hours for continuing ed. So that's kind of a bummer, but
Yeah.
it's still good, obviously, to take those classes to continue your education. But,
Yeah.
you know,
It's pretty cool. And
how long have you been doing nails?
Yeah, so I have such a like a strange history in like getting like I was never like a beauty person. I was never really a nail person before. I studied politics and languages at university.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like super weird. And then I was working in the travel industry, and then my fiance, his family owns like a beauty salon, and they have a training academy. And that's kind of how I got into it. So since last year May, actually, so it's quite fresh and quite new.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fell in love with the world and the people, and like getting to
It's awesome.
It's amazing, really is.
Yeah. How's the nail industry for you there, as far as is it competitive or?
Yeah, I think like I found, and maybe I'm just not aware enough of people like in my community, because a lot of the people that I follow online are international people, a lot of people like you from the States. But yeah, sometimes like my perspective or perception of it is like not as many people doing like crazy nail art. There's like a couple of salons in Cape Town, where I'm from, that I know of that do it, but like, you know, that's something that that I was like trying to offer to like my clients and friends. And
Right.
you know, so many people whose nails I've done, who I've met, were like, wow, you know, I've never seen like nail art on nails before. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
get on
That's
Instagram.
kind of how it was for me when I first started too.
It's really, and
Yeah.
I think the industry is growing, but I definitely found like in the online community, people are so much more, you know, open and willing to share. Like Hillary does amazing tutorials, like Katie, she has
Yes.
like that Facebook group for nail techs around the world, and that's pretty cool. So I really want to create that same kind of thing here, because I think some people
I think that's awesome.
some people can be quite guarded with information. They don't really want
Yeah.
to, they're like, oh, okay, well, I'm the only one doing this thing, so I want to be like famous and known for this thing.
See, I don't think that way. That's not how I think. Like, I feel like there's enough clients to go around for all of us. Like, we should be able to help each other out and spread that knowledge. That's what makes it fun.
And that's what, like, yeah, it's like if I can learn something new from you and you can learn something new from me, that just seems so productive and beneficial to everyone in our industry.
Right.
It's like you're getting people.
And as amazing as Hillary is, and she teaches so much, she still takes classes from other nail techs to support them, but also learn things.
Yeah.
So I think that's great of her to do that too. She's very inspiring.
She really is.
She's even sweeter in person.
It's so crazy. Like that's the one thing that sometimes I feel like I'm so far away from everyone in the world, because you know, you're interacting with with people on Instagram all the time, and everyone is so friendly that I've like met online. It's really such a cool community in that sense, but I'm like
That's
so
awesome.
far from everyone. It's super cool.
Yeah, it stinks. I actually have a client, she got married almost 2 weeks ago, and she was supposed to come to where you are for her honeymoon, but she couldn't because of everything going on. I know.
So
she was bummed.
It's really like, even one of my best friends was supposed to have her wedding this weekend, and it's like, it can't happen.
You can't.
Yeah,
it's so sad.
Yeah, it really is such a crazy time.
So what's your favorite type of nail art to do?
I don't know, I kind of like it differs. When I do it on myself, obviously I have 5 hours that I can just sit and do it. You know, clients aren't really gonna want to sit for that long. But yeah, I kind of love like trying to imitate or like recreate like artists' artworks. Like I did a set of like Jean-Michel Basquiat nails recently, and like I loved that, and it was so much fun, like trying to get all the little detail. But yeah, when it's easy stuff, like I think a lot of people like in my area really like love marble nails, like with the blossom or blooming gel, like that's their favorite. They just die for that, and I'm like, guys, it's so easy. It's like I'm cheating, but it's cool. And do you have a favorite?
I definitely love like abstract and watercolor, but I'm a huge fan of like florals and stuff like that too. So, and I love negative space. That's a cool technique, because it's easy to do, but it's also nice for the client because it's an easy grow out. So that's always a good option for them. But abstract's probably my number one for sure. There's so many different techniques you can do with abstract nails.
Where do you get like a lot of your inspiration from, like Pinterest or?
Yeah, I like to get my inspiration from like other artists that aren't nail techs, but I also get my inspiration from nail techs as well. Like I'll look up like I don't know, like abstract wallpapers on Pinterest, or just other artists stuff on Pinterest, stuff like that. Clothes.
Yeah, because like that's
you can
the
get
coolest
inspiration
thing.
from everywhere.
Exactly. I was like literally
coffee cups. Yeah,
it's so cool. My thing is then when I'm like scrolling through Pinterest and I just see all the amazing stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there aren't enough nails around me right now. I need to do more.
Especially now, just being cooped up in our houses, it's like our creative minds are going crazy. At least mine is. Yeah, mine is for sure. I've just been so busy trying to get content and make ideas. And I work a full-time job. I'm not like a nail tech full-time, which I really want to be. That's kind of like nice.
Yeah, it's like everything for me is a side hustle. Like I do art on the side, I'm a musician on the side, I do nails on the side.
Dang, girl.
Yeah, it's
You're
busy.
well-rounded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to be. Lots of little fingers in different things. But
Well,
yeah,
that's
it's
awesome.
super cool, but it just makes for a busy life. So us being on lockdown, you know, and I have to, you know, say it with a certain amount of privilege that I'm able to be creative and to do stuff and not have to worry about like my safety when I'm at home or my security. So yeah, that's quite a nice thing to have been able to just get some time. It's really been making me think. I'm like, you know, for the past year, like last year going into this year, all I want to do is like do nails full time, but I've been so afraid to like take that jump and take the risk.
That's a good goal to have, though.
How did you ever, like, obviously you said you had your husband kind of encouraging you to do it.
Well, I picked up nail art when I was 13, actually. So, in high school, I did like little girls' birthday parties, and I did their nails and stuff like that. So, when I was probably, I would say 15, that's when I realized I wanted to pursue it as my career. So, I looked into it at our career center at my high school, and it just kind of went from there. So the class that I took, the first 2 years, I believe, was aesthetics, so skincare, and then the last year was nails. So normally you would have to take the aesthetics part first and then the nail part, but my best friend, she was in the aesthetics program, and she sent my portfolio in, and they let me just take the nail program, so that was a huge blessing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I was very grateful for that. So it's pretty cool that I grew a love for it at 13. It's kind of crazy to think about now, like being 26 and where I am now compared to how I was when I was 13.
That's
I
like
would have
half
never
your life.
expected this.
Yeah.
I would have never expected that I would be where I am today. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
But you also, you know, you've worked so hard for it and for everything that you have, that like you deserve it.
It's very rewarding. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's, you know, it's challenges, of course, especially when you first start having to build your clientele. That was rough. But now being 5 years in and not accepting clients is a huge blessing. So that's pretty cool.
How did you get to the point that you're like not accepting new clients? Do you have like a max of clients you see per day? What's that process?
I see anywhere from 5 to 7 clients a day, but when I realized I couldn't accept any more clients is when I just had no room to put my regulars. So like my clients come anywhere from like, I only have like 5 clients that come every 2 weeks. But majority is every 3.5, 4 weeks. And when I couldn't get them in when they needed, that's when I realized I needed to cut it off. Yeah. So that was a very hard decision to make, but it was very rewarding in the end, especially like for your body, because this is so hard on our bodies working like we do. So my body loves me for that, because I used to do 10 clients a day every hour. And now I don't know how I did it. Now I have, like I said, 5 to 7 clients a day, and it takes me anywhere from an hour to an hour 45 minutes, depending on what they want. Yeah. So
I think that's like the thing that I still kind of struggle with is like time. And I see a lot of techs, even like online, you know, put a lot of pressure on themselves with the whole concept of time. It's like, because obviously time is our money, but you know, it's this whole thing of like, we shouldn't punish ourselves if we're taking it a bit longer to do a good job. So I think that's
it's like,
so important.
Time is money, but at the same time, you want to take your time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You want to be confident in what you're doing.
Yeah, and have like a good quality of work.
Yeah, you don't want to rush yourself. But what's your favorite brand of polishes?
We actually, well, we don't really have that much access to like all the stuff that you guys have.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, we have the brand that I use, which is I think it's kind of, in my opinion, like the closest to like an international brand, and that's a brand called Glam Pro, and they have like a amazing sort of rubber base, builder base, that kind of stuff, and it's like non-allergen, super beautiful texture polish. So I'm kind of like shifting over to their brand. Their brushes are really good. But I mean, I see so many things like the gel bottle, I see Magpie Beauty, and I'm just like,
That stinks.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, you know,
Bummer.
I could always order them from overseas and bring them in, but it's probably like
Yeah.
crazy pricey.
Oh yeah. I'm sure shipping's
Yeah.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously I'm biased to Magpie. They're my fave, but I also love Luxio and Files by Les, and I'm always gonna love OPI. But I don't know. There's just so many brands out there. It's hard to choose a favorite because they're all so different in their own way.
Exactly. And they all have like something unique to offer. How
Yeah.
did you actually like get to being a brand ambassador?
Well, I went to Utah for their nail expo, and I think that's right when I started noticing Magpie and ordering their stuff. And I don't know, I just started posting more about them, and Sarah, who's over Magpie Beauty USA, just reached out to me, and it just kind of went from there. So it's a pretty cool gig. It's fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So do they send you like a lot of product that you just get to like try
Yep.
out?
Yeah, they send me product, and so I just have to post about it and just share, the knowledge behind Magpie, all that good stuff. And 4 times a year I get a discount code, which I do make commission off of, so that's a huge blessing as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a
That
fun
is
little,
awesome.
yeah,
I
especially
think
when you love the product so much, because that's like one thing I will never do is like try to sell people on a product that I don't believe in. I'm not for that. So just to make money, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's not worth
So
it because it's like,
no,
you know, like you're putting other people's health or like quality of
yeah,
their
right,
nails or something at risk. And it's like, I would only ever want to stand behind like a good established brand that I know
right,
is safe for people. It's like makes the
exactly,
most sense. It's
for sure.
really so. And then you work from a salon space.
Yes, it's called Capello Salon in Greenville, South Carolina. Yep,
And is
and
it like, is it a
they
hair
have,
salon?
yeah.
Okay.
There's only me and one other nail tech there. We're in a room together. She actually started off as my client, and then she went to nail school, and now we work together. So I didn't train her. I just kind of guided her through everything. So yeah, there's 12 of us working there, mainly hairstylists, but we're booth renters. So we're kind of like our own bosses, but not really, if that makes sense. I don't
Yeah,
know how it is for y'all there, but so I enjoy being a booth renter.
that's really cool because I guess you
Yeah.
have like enough control over your stuff. Do you
Hmm.
pay your own salary or do you make the money, give it to the salon, and then they pay you?
Right. Yep. Well, no, I make my own money, and then once a week I like pay the owner a
Okay,
certain amount for
like
booth
a
rent.
rental.
Or you,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
that's so
Or you could do
cool.
it all at once at the end of the month. That's totally up to you. But I do it once a week.
Yeah, that's so cool. And then did you get to like style your salon and like your room how
Hmm.
you wanted?
Yeah.
That's
Me and
awesome.
Allie, I'm obsessed with rearranging and decorating. I don't know, it's weird, but it like helps my anxiety, which is something I struggle with. So I have rearranged our nail room so many times. Here lately, we painted a huge accent wall in our room, and
I
I
saw
loved
that.
it. So yeah, it was
I love
so
it's
much fun.
so beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
I was showing my mom-in-law because she's also like she's a nail tech and a nail educator. So
Oh,
I was
nice.
yeah, and I was showing her your page and I was like, "Oh my God, look who I'm interviewing later today." And then I showed her the picture of your mural and she was like, "Oh, that's so cool." Like she got because she was thinking that your mural was like just like an inspiration image you had posted from like someone else. And I was like, "No, she painted that herself. Like she painted the wall. It's so cool. I love
Yeah,
it."
me and Allie had so much fun doing that. It was awesome that Robin, who owns Capello, that she let us do that. So
I think
yeah.
that's just so nice that you can like make the space truly your own and be really proud of your workspace and like
Oh yeah.
feel
Because I
excited
mean,
about it.
you're at work more than you are at home sometimes. So you want to feel comfortable in your own space. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You want it to feel like home. So I'm
Yeah.
glad we were able to do that.
That's
Yeah.
kind of like the thing that I struggled with a bit as well because before when I was doing people's nails like after work on the weekends, I had like a little studio at my home and it was working perfectly, but then we moved out and we like moved in now with our in-laws for a bit. And so like, you know, I've had to make all these sort of you know, new changes and new decisions. And it's that whole thing of like, oh, now where am I going to do nails? Am I going to operate out of like a salon or like
Right.
rent a little space? And so that's been quite an interesting journey, because I know like Katie Masters from Nail Thoughts, she like rents a room in like
Yeah.
a park or something, but we don't really have things like that. So it'd be like probably approaching a hair salon or finding a salon to work in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite interesting.
It's crazy how different it is here compared to where you're at.
Mm. Yeah,
It's
it is.
crazy.
We have like some like big chains, like a big franchise of like a beauty, I guess a beauty franchise, and they kind of have like monopoly, like a big monopoly on the industry because they're so well known. And I think it's like when people think I'm going to get my nails done, they think of the big franchise first. So it's like
Right.
I really want to get, you know, more people knowing about like smaller salons and actually supporting like small local business while still supporting,
Yeah.
you know, the
Right.
franchises, because people still have to work. So it's like this
Yeah.
really strange balancing act.
That's awesome though that you're wanting to do that. That's tough. That's
Yeah,
good for you.
it's super hard. It's like all, you
Yeah,
know,
I'm
like being
sure.
one person having all those ideas. Like we don't even have like a big nail expo convention thing, you know, like I guess smaller companies would have like demo days and things like
Yeah.
that. But you know, like how the
See,
tattoo conventions have big conventions, that would be cool.
we don't really, Utah is the only one I know of that has like the big expo. Like here where I live in South Carolina, there's not really, I mean, there's a lot of nail artists, but I don't think it's as big as it is in Utah. Like it's insane how many amazing nail artists there are there. Like it's nuts. Like I don't know what it is about Utah, but it's amazing. There's so many hairstylists, there's so many nail techs. It's crazy. But I've only been to the expo there once, but I'd love to go again. Maybe you could go one day.
If that would be
I know that's like
amazing.
really far, but
Oh, the big dreams, you know.
right. Yeah.
What is the vibe like at the at the big expo? Is it
Oh,
huge?
it's yeah, I mean it's like, you know, it's a pretty big space. There's lots of people there, you know, selling product and everything, but all the nail techs know everybody just from social media, so that's cool getting to meet everyone and take pictures and talk and chat. So it's a really cool thing for
That's
sure.
so awesome. I
Mhm. Yeah.
love
So sorry, my
that. No.
husband's home, so I'm gonna run in my bedroom while they bark. My life is crazy.
I'm gonna say, like, if you had to tell your 13-year-old nail learning self advice, what would you give?
So what I would tell my 13-year-old self, it's a really hard question. I guess not to compare myself to other nail techs. I mean, I still do that now, but I really struggled with it at the beginning. Um, you know, when you're first starting out, you always have so much to learn, but especially when you first start out, you constantly are looking at other people's work, trying to figure out how they did that one technique, and you can't nail it down right away. So you just, you know, you get down on yourself for not knowing how to do it.
Yeah.
And not to give up. There was plenty of times where I, like when I first started doing nails, I did nails for like 4 months and then I stopped for like a year. So I stopped doing nails for like 4 months, and then I went back to it after like a year after meeting my husband. So just, you know, keep working at it. It's really, it's a hard industry to be in, but if you have supportive people around you, it makes it easier.
Yeah, it's so true. It's like it's such a I find it such a supportive industry. Like everyone supports each other, but like that self-doubt thing,
Yeah.
it's such a huge thing for everyone. And even me, like starting out, it's that exact thing, like comparing yourself to others constantly, and you know, people having anxiety to post what they've done. And I just have to constantly tell myself, like, some people have been doing this for 10 years, some people have been doing it for 5 years. Like everyone's on their own path, you know. So I think
Yeah.
your advice is so good.
You said you like to paint on the side, don't you?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're an artist. Yeah. I just recently, like within a year, started doing that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I've seen like some of your drawings and
It helps with my
do you
anxiety.
sell it? Do you sell your work
Um,
too?
I try to. I have this little side business with one of my good friends. It's called Two Sparrows. So we call it like a monthly swag. So every month I'll do an art piece and then she makes jewelry to go with it. So that's pretty cool. Um, that's fun.
It is really,
But
really,
like
that's such a good idea.
yeah, that's kind of the only way that I sell my artwork right now. Sometimes I'll have a few of my pieces up at the salon in my room, but it's kind of just small right now. Just, more so just to help with my anxiety and stuff like that. Helps
Yeah.
me calm down. Yeah.
Yeah. Just take a moment for yourself. How do
Right.
you deal with like, it's like suffering from anxiety and that kind of stuff and being in a job where you're dealing with people all the time?
Um, just here in the last year, I actually went to the doctor, so that's helped a lot. I've struggled with it since I was probably like 10 years old. So for a while, being in the industry that we're in, it's tough because your clients can be tough on you when you first start out. So that's another thing that's hard because you gotta find your ground and you gotta stick to it, obviously in a nice way. But going to the doctor has helped me a lot, that's for sure. I can deal with situations a lot easier.
I've been lucky in that sense. So I haven't had like the challenge of like sitting opposite someone who's like either really difficult or yeah, that's quite tricky. Or you
Yeah.
get people that come in and like want this exact thing that they've seen online and I'm like,
Right.
listen,
That's
yeah,
one thing I had to learn to explain to my clients. Like, I will do the absolute best I can, but another artist did do this. So you have to explain to them what your weaknesses and what your weaknesses are and what you're strong in. So um to stick at what you're good at, like it's good to go out of your comfort zone for sure and learn new techniques, but just make sure your clients know what you're confident in doing and what you're good at, because you always want to be happy with your work. That can be
yeah,
tricky.
it's so
Yeah.
true.
Mhm.
And do you have like when you usually do your nails, do you have like you'll paint full color on like 3 nails and do art on 2 nails, or do you vary it up?
Depends on the client. Normally clients do anywhere from like 2 nails with art to 3.
Okay.
I only have a handful that will get something on every nail, but
And how do you charge
majority's
for
like,
that?
so for a plain color, I charge 45. And then for for 2 nails, 4 nails, 2 on each hand, it is 55. One on each hand is 50. And if they get a design on every nail, it's 60.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty reasonable.
when I first started doing nails, I charged $25 all around. So
It's so crazy.
yeah,
It's
it's
so
insane.
hard, and it's like it's something that I've been like really trying to, educate like clients and people about, that it's like, like it's nail art. It's something that's like it's taking me time and
Right.
it's something that's
And you have to
like
think about it.
yeah, and it's an investment, like of sorts.
Yeah,
If they
for
want to
sure.
have beautiful nails, like they have to kind of be prepared to pay. But yeah, not
Yeah, and sit
everyone
there and
is.
wait too. Yeah.
Hmm.
Because you're gonna have clients too that not that are gonna rush you, but rush you, so to speak. And they want something on every nail, so you have to explain to them that you want to be out at this certain time, but this takes a little extra time. So maybe we should minimize it and do it just on 2 or 3, but so they can still kind of get what they want.
Yeah, like I think just communication is always like just
Oh,
the most
communication
important.
is key. That's one thing too that I love about not accepting new clients, because I know who's going to walk in the door. I have relationships with all my clients, so that's nice. Like it almost like gives me like really anxious feelings, like if somebody new was to come to the door, because I don't know how to talk to people sometimes, especially new people.
Yeah, it's like all the small talk, like all that first stuff that you have to get
Yes.
over.
Right? And it's like, I've already had to do this with all my other clients. I don't want
Yeah.
to have to do it again because
And
you
then you're
already know them.
and in the beginning, did you find that you'd have to like do like a mental mind map of being like, okay, cool, this is this girl, her boyfriend is this guy, her mom-in-law
Yes.
does that.
She
I
has
get
3
so worried
kids.
I'm going
She
to
does this
confuse
for work.
them.
Oh yeah, I've definitely confused people before, that's for sure.
And I feel like
Not so much
if,
anymore.
if I confuse them like openly, I always like, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to be so offended that like I didn't remember this tiny detail about their life. But obviously you see a bunch of people all the time.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
Do
fun
you
though.
have like rules for your clients when they sit at your desk, like hey, don't go on your phone or don't do this?
I have them posted on my Instagram. I don't enforce them as much as I probably should, but yeah, like don't be on your phone as much unless of course we're like discussing what to do on your nails.
Yeah.
It helps a lot if your client sits straight. That's really important because you don't want your client to be fighting against you because then that's harder on your body. So a lot of my clients, like they'll sit in their chair and they turn like this. So it's really hard to make sure too that their nails are even and you don't want the gel to self-level to one spot. So sitting straight is very important. Just little things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so true. Like if you have someone that's sitting wrong, like I had that before, and it's like her arm was so heavy and I just couldn't
Yes,
understand. I was like,
they
why
just
is
don't know
your
how to
arm
relax.
so heavy? It's crazy. It's really
I'm glad I'm
wild.
not the only one that goes through that. The other, I guess they just don't know how to relax. So they think that they're helping us, but you don't need to help us. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah. It's like take out
because when,
cues.
yeah,
And do you
yeah.
have like, you know, we've talked a bit about like how hard it is on our bodies, like our hands and our wrists and our arms. Do you do like any exercises or things to help with that or relieve that?
Yeah, I try to stretch a lot, especially at night. If I have time between clients, and I'll stretch and kind of rub my hand a little bit. My left hand gives me more of a problem
Is that the
because
one
I'm
that you
always holding
hold?
it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have like a huge knot right here. So I have like this little thing at home that I use sometimes. It's just a little massager, so that helps a little bit. But being out of work these past few weeks has definitely been good for my body. Not for my bank account, but for my body for
Yeah.
sure.
It's like, yeah, you got to find the silver lining. It's like, okay, my body is
Yeah.
full. That's at least like one good thing that it's okay with. Oh,
Right.
my
My
word.
body
Yeah.
loves me, that's for sure.
And when you take bookings, do you have like an online booking system, or do they like DM you? What's your process?
So I used to have it available for them to go online and book, but since I'm not accepting new clients, I can't do that anymore because I don't want anybody to just be able to go on and book. So after their appointments, we just book 2 in advance before they leave, or they text me.
That's cool.
Yeah, all my
Yeah.
clients have my number. So,
Yes,
and
I saw your Insta story where you were saying like, unfortunately, people that are missing their appointments now, like they just have to wait for their next scheduled
yeah,
appointment.
it's especially times like this. I mean, you can't prepare for times like this, so it's like impossible to reschedule. But one thing too, when you first start out, it's really hard, is to balance your personal life with your work life. So, over the past few years, that's been really hard for me. So I designate one day to reply to clients, unless of course like they text me and their nail broke or they need in that week, then I'll reply. But if it's just regarding like appointments for the next few months, then I text all my clients back on Monday. So that helps a lot
Oh, that's
to kind of
cool.
designate one day to do that.
How do
Because I
you
mean,
how do you deal with the anxiety of like because I'm very much like, oh my god, if I see an email or a text, I'm like immediately, oh my gosh, I need to reply to this person, and not thinking, you know what, actually it can wait. Do you just tell them?
well, I tell them, yeah, when I decided that's what I wanted to do. So they know now. It was hard at first because I'm definitely like that. If I see a text, I immediately want to reply. But with being at work all day and when I come home, I don't want to be on my phone a lot, even though it's hard not to. We're all bad about being on our phones, but it's definitely important to practice not to be. So that's
Yeah,
why I designate one day. That way I have time with my husband and my pups.
that's so cool. That's such a good
Yeah.
idea. That's
Mm-hmm.
really
It
cool.
helps a lot. It took my clients a little while to realize, but they know now. So they'll text me during the week, and they know that I'll reply that following Monday to book
Yeah.
their appointment. unless it's for, other reasons. And
Yeah,
of
like
course
if
I'll
they're
reply right away.
canceling or something.
Right.
Yeah. And how did you,
And
how in the beginning did you like convince people to book 2 sessions in advance, like 2 appointments later?
I think my clients started realizing when I started getting really busy. So before I did.
Okay.
So they would kind of be like, okay, can I book some more appointments? So they always say it, especially like when I feel like I'm running behind or something. They're like, okay, I'm going to text you because I know that your next client's here. So I'm just going to text you for my next appointments or something like that. So they're very cool and understanding when it comes to that.
That's amazing.
But yeah, sometimes they have to remind me. It's hard to keep up. You know what I mean? You have so many people.
Yeah. And where do you just write it in your calendar of like your appointments, or do you keep it online? How do you
I have an
work
online booking system. I use Vagaro.
Okay.
Yeah, and it also sends them a confirmation text to remind them when their appointments are. It texts them when you book the appointment, I think a week before the appointment, and then 2 days before the appointment.
That's awesome. So it's just like keeps in communication without you needing to stress about that, really.
Right.
That
And it
a lot.
helps too because Vagaro, it provides a link they can click on so they can go and confirm the appointment or cancel it. And if they confirm it, then there are certain colors. So that helps a lot too, knowing that they've confirmed it. So I know that they're going to be there. But that's another thing with having regulars, like no one ever cancels unless they're sick or something. So
yeah,
that's awesome too.
Yeah, that helps a lot. And what do you have a cancellation policy as well?
Yeah, I do. It was especially more enforced when I had just all kinds of clients coming in, and I didn't know everyone. Now I don't really have to go by that as often because people really stick to the schedule. But what I did do, if they didn't cancel their appointments more than 24 hours beforehand, then they were charged a certain amount.
Okay.
And I didn't enforce that as much as I should. Like if they did it like for the first time, I wouldn't do that to them. But if it started happening more and more, then of course I would do that. Because I don't think a lot of people realize that, this isn't a hobby. Like we love what we do, but it's also our livelihood. So if you don't come, we don't make money. So
yeah, and we could have like put somebody else in that space.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when someone cancels or no shows last minute like that, like that's not enough time to get it filled.
Yeah. So
I feel like a cancellation policy is important for sure. I have one, but it hardly never ever has to be used, so that's good.
Yeah, I guess it does help. Like if you have regulars, they'll always be open and honest and like just tell you for immediately, sure. Which is cool.
Yeah.
It's just so nice chatting.
I know. I'm trying to think. I have a few things written down, but I feel like we went over a good bit of stuff. I'm so sorry for my dogs and all that craziness.
Not at all. That's so chill. It's super so cute. Bad. What do your dogs look like?
Do you want me to show you?
Yes.
This is Gunner. He is a lab pit.
Oh my god. Can you see him? Yes, I can.
He's so a little cute. Cutie. He's taking a nap. And then this is Harper. She's our big girl. Say hi, Harps.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
Thank you.
I like her little pink collar.
We can't tell them apart sometimes. So she has a pink one and he has a blue one because they look so much alike. So.
Can't tell the difference. That's so cute.
Right.
You're so great and easy to talk to. I love it. Like you're so
That's good to hear. I was very nervous about it.
You're so chatty. It immediately made me feel so comfortable. I was like, oh my gosh, you feel like I've the person that I've known forever, which is really strange.
Oh, good. I feel the same way.
It's super cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How long have you been following my nail page? Like, when did you find me?
I actually don't even know. But I think it was like one of the first pages that I found, and I don't even know how I found you. I just started following like a lot of.
It's crazy how you get in like holes like that, isn't it? Like you don't even know, like they just pop up. I have so many people like that too.
It's crazy,
and then they become friends.
Yeah, and then you followed me back, and I was like, oh my gosh!
I always try to do that.
I also always try to do that.
when I was first starting out and I would follow somebody that I looked up to, even still now, and they follow me back, I'm like, oh my God, what the heck? They know I exist. Like,
It's exactly like you feel so like weirdly starstruck. I had that exact same
yeah.
feeling. I was like, what the hell? This is so cool.
And then you get to talking to them, you're like, oh, they're just like me.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm
You
just a
know?
regular person. I'm just chill.
Yeah.
chilling.
I'm probably
It's
one of
really
the weirdest
cool.
people you'll ever meet.
I love it. It's so great.
Well, thanks for chatting, girly.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
All right, I can't wait. I'll talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you again soon as well. Have a good rest of your night or your day,
You too.
actually.
Yeah, you have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, girl.